a sign of respect.
Thought if I came and looked at this, I might find my way back, you know?
Wanna know what I see up there? A fantasy, man. A dream.
All right, what's good, chat? We are back. I had to take last week off, little staycation for myself, and now we're back. How's everybody doing? God, the vibe. I'm already like rusty with the stream. I'm like, damn, man, my head. Not that my head isn't there, but this doesn't feel as natural as doing it every week. Anyways, what's up, chat? Hope everybody is doing well. I haven't even checked your comments yet, but I'm gonna just roll into a few things. Dab out. Today's a pretty light one, you know. I think this is, if you guys had questions and stuff, I think this is going to be a great one to get questions answered. Hold them for now. Don't ask. Let me get through just like the few updates that I have here, and then after my dab, we'll get to it. All right, first up, Berlin vlog drops this Friday. I heard it's going to be an absolute heater. Super impressed to see how much everything has blossomed over the last 2 years since we were in town. So this is going to be a really, really good one. PuffCon 2025, October 4th and 5th, 2 days. This is the first time we're doing something like this. We have twice as many vendors, glass artists, and performers. The lineup is officially dropped. We have Key Glock, Eric Andre, La Russell, Alchemist and Friends, Reggie Watts, Win, DJ Uncle Blazer. I was like, who the fuck is that? That's Blake from Workaholics. That's fucking Blake. That's the Blazer. That's Uncle Blazer from Workaholics, man. I gotta catch up. I used to love that show. And many more artists and DJs throughout the weekend. This is gonna be a great one, y'all. Like I'm telling you, if you haven't already tapped in, if you haven't already bought your tickets, I'm telling you, right before, you're gonna be like, fuck, we should go. You're gonna end up paying more money, or you might not get a ticket. You might not get in for that Saturday and only get in for Sunday or something. So please jump on it now. This is gonna be the biggest, funnest one we ever did. Whole new cast of characters. You know, we really worked to try to get people we love that are different from the past. We wanted this 5-year to be, you know, a bit more diverse than the previous ones we did, which have had a lot of the same acts, really, because we fucking love them. We'd have them every year if we could. But having Eric Andre for this one, man, that's going to be insane. Reggie Watts, man, I mean, these are people that put on an incredible show. Key Glock has some of the biggest hits of the past year. So, like, Alchemist and Friends, you guys already know, anytime Alchemist is performing, it's fucking crazy. So tap in. Don't wait. Don't wait. Lock in right now. Lock in with you and your homies. Let's see. What are all these admin? Maybe you could tell me on break or something, or just text me. What are all these extra things here? I see like the stealth mode, McKenna mode. I can't even call it McKenna mode.
Those are the four.
You guys want me to go over that at some point?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, cool.
Stealth
Cool.
mode was really
I got it here. You're trying to set me up to... Okay. Okay. All right. I'll tap in with that later. Yo, let's get fucking high, man. Let's get high. I haven't smoked all day, man. Yo, the Russell is going to be sick, man. It's going to be my first time ever seeing him perform, and I've been following him for a long time. All right, got my little hash box here, man. Shout out to this case. I got this a while ago, but it was filled with hash from Wicksaw Winery. By the way, I am nearing out of hash, and I don't even know what to do, admin. I feel like we gotta like turn this into content somehow on some like America's Next Great Jar or something like that. Like, I'm out. I've gone through all the different stuff from all of my jar checks. You know, I'm not fully out. I probably have like maybe another 2 weeks of hash left, but I definitely got to get the trike drop. I probably missed the last one. But maybe we can turn it into some content, man. Like, I want to get some fire, and whatever I get will be heavily represented on here. And we've had a lot of great brands. I mean, I'm certainly not sick of promoting them because I love their hash, but how much have you guys seen me promote Portal Provisions? This is a very small brand. How much have you guys seen me promote Riptide Rosin? Again, another very small brand. I love them. I love smoking their stuff, but they're a little bit over-indexed in my content. We're talking about them a lot, and I want to be able to cover throughout a year hundreds of hash makers. So I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do with this. With that being said, like, yeah, I gotta get more hash, man. I'm almost out. It's hard to do because like people are gonna travel from across the country, so like, anyways. All right, y'all. I got a jar I haven't had in a long time from this brand. This is, I believe, a Pheno Hunt from them. So this isn't even like something that's available yet. Just happened to see the homies not too long ago. They're like, "What do you think of this?" I figured, why not throw it on stream? Great color on this one. I actually don't know which strain it is. Maybe my homie can tell me. Who gifted it to me. But as always, bro, you're never going to open up a Kalia jar and see any particulate ever. The nose on this, and I believe I was told this, was Whitethorn Rosy. Whitethorn Rose comes from Huckleberry Hill Farms. Actually, I'm pretty sure it comes from Huckleberry Hill Farms. And then Heritage Hash Co. is usually processing it. It's one of my favorite strains. It's an old strain. It comes from a mother and son team. It's been around for a very long time, and it still tastes great. It's super unique. It doesn't taste like really anything else out there, anything that's won an award. And that's why I love it so much. It has really unique terps. Also, sometimes when you get the water hash, specifically from Heritage Hash Co., it comes across as purple. And the flavor, again, just off the charts. This is one of those strains that I believe should have swept up many competitions for years and years and years, but it's not hype. It's just good. And so like, this isn't a Whitethorn Rose on its own. I could tell that. It's definitely a cross or a blend of something. But yeah, Riaz, please hit up support. Please help the homie. Oh, this is a brand new one. I'll take the sticker off. Let's keep going. Get in here and actually take my first dab of the day. First dab of the day. Let me show you guys what it looks like as I scrape it. So like I would describe this as definitely not dry, pretty buttery. I could already tell it's going to make for some really great vapor just because it's not that overly drenched in terps. And those little dots you're seeing, those are just holes. That's not particulate. That's just, you know, you can kind of see how they go away in time. But stunning looking stuff. And one of my favorite things about Kalia is just how deeply affordable they are. Kalia and then Community Canna, I believe, is their like budget brand. But across all of them, for the quality you get, I don't think you could do any better on price. And one of the reasons I love Kalia, and honestly 710 Labs for that matter, is I can try something and be on here and truly enjoy it and recommend you guys get it, and you can go and purchase it. If I get a jar of Tricadelics and I'm like, this is fire, you got to get it, I struggle to get a Tricadelics jar. How the fuck are you guys going to get it? So like this is one of those brands that is easy for me to recommend because I love their stuff and it's accessible for many. If you're in California, I'm not sure what other states they're in. I'm pretty sure I met Kalia people at the Oregon Jar Check at one point. All right, next up, let's see if we can get the melt cam going. Yeah, all right. Melt cam, y'all. Let's try this. Let me see if I can get this to... Boom. There it goes. You know, this is rosin, so like a melt shot isn't as valid when it comes to rosin, I feel like. Like it's gonna melt like rosin does, but it's pretty, y'all. Let me get to that boil. That's almost there. Boom. All right. Let's do this. Oh, it's on green. Whoops. I'm usually hitting this on red or white. It's still good on boosting it. Toad venom is pretty fire. Fantastic. That melt is great. I need to know which strain that is because it's got a touch of Whitethorn Rose, but it's not fully it. Mux Guava Diesel sounds amazing, man. I just hit up Feel Good yesterday or a few days ago. Like, yo, what is good with more of that sour Trilly? And I didn't get a reply, but I hope I will soon. Damn, y'all. Quick commercial break. Let me just blow my nose.
He who is back again, never quick to fail. Double back, won't miss a meal. Sharp as steel, don't hurt everything that is said about me. I ain't tripping, don't let lucky here, he don't play about me. Loyalty is not for sale. Wishing those who wish me well, a great bill of health. They said I see you at the top, wouldn't I be here? 10 years, so I'm still spinning, shit, I'll be down. Misunderstood, my words get twisted, shit, that's my fault. It's on the channel.
Oh, I might need you to change. 1 second, guys. We're just switching up something with the camera real quick. God, man, my nose is so... You can't get that one boogie out, man. Cool. Good. Yeah, Hebe Davin, glad to hear, man. Thank you. I'm excited for you to get a device. You know, those earthy tones are not my favorite, actually. Like, I know people describe them as dessert flavors when it comes to, like, biscotti and gelato. And I do love a gelato, but I do hate a biscotti. It's not, again, this is purely, like, palate. You know, like the way some people don't like cilantro. It doesn't mean cilantro is bad. It's just it's not for some people. And I find that earthy tones, while I smoke plenty of them, are the lowest down my list. Like, the least exciting terps to me. Gas to me is number 1. Fruity flavors are number 2. Your bananas, your citrusy, your guavas, those are in the number 2 category for me, right behind gas. And then I feel like after that is more of like a funk, a stinky funk that maybe on first smell doesn't smell too great. And then it's earthy tones. And I don't know why that is, but I'm glad you like them. I'm glad people do. You know, papaya to me is kind of like the new Tangy. There was a strain in the mid-2010s called Tangy. I feel like most people know, but not everyone. And Tangy was a very heavy citrus flavor. It really tasted like a tangerine, like very, very citrusy. And it took over the whole space. Me as a cannabis user, I tried it for the first time in maybe 2014. I'm guessing the strain goes even back to 2010 now that I think about it. But I think I tried it for the first time in 2014, and I had no idea cannabis could even taste like that. Holy shit. This has citrus terps. Like, I always thought of weed as like skunky and gassy and having smells that are in no way related to Tangie. And it became so popular so fast and took everything over that by the time like 2018 came around, nobody wanted Tangie. It was disgusting. You're like, man, I'm sick of this. Keep this fucking flavor away from me. I don't want it. I don't want a cross of it. I want nothing. And you know we're well beyond that because Z-Boof is a strain that has citrusy tones in his back. I know people were using Trop Cookies. I'm not sure if that's a cross of Z-Boof or not. But it feels like citrus terps are back, and they're all a little bit different than Tangie. Yeah, sorry, Lodi. Like, Papaya's great. I still fuck with Papaya. We were fucking with Tangie also. Like, Tangie was fucked with heavily. But Papaya to me is it's a terp profile I have had probably too much of. It still rocks my socks. I'll still open up a jar and be like, God damn, that's amazing. But I think it's lost how special it was. Just because of how much I've tried. I just want the purple water. Yeah, those orange terps, man, they're surprisingly back. All right. What else we got? Cool. There's probably something else to bring up here. So I'd like to tell you guys something that 99% of Puffco users don't know exists, right? These are our little Easter eggs that we have, that we've included in our devices over time, that people don't really know about unless you're a super user. So like, let me go through some of them. One, let me see if it just turns on. Great. So as you can see, when this lights up, you have the bottom light lights up. You have the top light that you can kind of, let me change the color so you can see better. Kind of see it shine through there, right? It's red, but you can see that it's shining through there. Well, if you click your device 4 times, what it will do is it'll shut off that bottom light and it'll shut off that top light. It'll still leave your backlight on, but let's say you're somewhere where you don't want all eyes on you while you're taking a dab off of your peak. Click it 4 times and it will turn all the lights off, except for that back one, which I'll put on again just so you can see. So that's the first one that we have. Let me get that back on. The next one we have, we can't even call it by its internal name because it would allude to something we're not supposed to do. Can you get me the temperature? I think it's 630, right, admin? Can you just get me the exact temperature? But we have a secret mode on the proxy. Actually, this is on all our devices. Damn, I didn't realize yeah, it makes sense. We included this for the proxy, and then we did the peak, and we did the pivot. And so it's on there. I didn't know. This is on the pivot? No fucking way.
Easter egg?
Yeah, where's the pivot? Do we have a pivot here?
Yeah, there's the barrel.
Right there, next to your drink. Next to my drink. Got it. Cool. Let's see. So this is something we originally introduced. This is something we originally introduced for the proxy, but we've included it in our other products. Apparently, I didn't know it was in here. So when you put your device on white, on the proxy, on the pivot, or on the peak, the regular peak, and if you click it 5 times, oops, it's not on the peak. It's not on the pivot, man. I'm starting it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah, it does work. Damn. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me run this from scratch. It's been a while since I've used the Easter egg because you got to start it. I thought you could start your proxy with it. Is it though? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. You got to start it first. Okay, bet. Yeah. Sorry, chat. I forgot. It's been a while. All right. A secret mode we put into the proxy that's made its way into the pivot and into this peak right here is if you start your session on the white setting. Double click to start on any of those devices. Then while it's heating up, click it 5 times. It is going to go to a temperature significantly hotter than white. I believe that temperature is 630 degrees. That's all I'll say. If you know why we kind of put it in there. And if you don't, it's okay. Just consider this the extra hot setting on the proxy, on the pivot, or on the peak. Let's get this up. Now, this is really hot. I never use this mode. That's why it was a little hard for me to remember what it is. I literally never use it. There are some proxy users that will only use that mode. It kills your battery life, but it also will give you a dab. It should have you coughing quite a bit. It is very, very hard to take. So that is the Easter egg that exists for the pivot, the proxy, and the peak. Next one up, I'll show on this. This doesn't heat from the top. I'll show on this device right here. Cool. So this is a really simple one. As we introduce lights into our peaks, we really wanted to have a light show for people to show how amazing the LEDs and the programming was for our devices. And so what we did is if you start your device in any mode, and I'll start it in red, if you click it 3 times while it's heating, it's going to go into disco mode. And what happens is you just see an array of colors changing. It's spinning through all of the colors that it can go through. It's doing that on the top, it's doing that on the back, and it's also doing that on the bottom. The purpose of this is purely aesthetic. This has nothing to do with changing the actual function of the device. This is about making for a beautiful light show as you're hitting it, especially for people that aren't using their mood lights a ton. This is a way to show mood lights without actually creating it as a setting. And that is disco mode. That's about it. Those are 3 little Easter eggs we've put in some or all of our devices. Now, disco mode, I believe, is in every device. I'll show you. It's in, let's start this proxy up. It's on white right now. Whoops. Did I start it? Oh, I didn't start it. That was a problem. 1 sec. There we go. It's on white right now. Boom, and as you can see, as it's filling in, let me do the top view. You can kind of see it's going through all of those different colors. You can kind of see it there. On the peak, it's the same thing. So I'll start this on green. Boom, now you can see there's disco mode. And every device we have does this, going on to the proxy. 1, 2, 3, boom, there it is. So even in our devices that don't have mood lights, this is the best way to just create a beautiful little light show for yourself. It's just pretty to look at. There's no real purpose for this, except we just thought it looks nice. And every device ends up doing it. Really shows when you do the bottom of the base. You can really see like the different colors that are going around. Anyways, that's disco mode, y'all. And those are just some of the Easter eggs we've included in our devices. If you're seeing this, there's a good chance that you might not know about it. So as you learn about it, please send it to a homie who also happens to use a Puffco product. We know they're going to enjoy some or all of these. Sweet, y'all. I should turn this off. I just got a bunch of hot devices now. I'm playing with it, and let's go into another dab. Cool. It's good, guys. Yeah, we didn't really go over that in the notes, but I got the gist. Okay. All right, next up, I'm gonna have to go with this. Is one of my favorite jars of 2024. It's still one of my favorite jars. I love the terps. I love the terps so much that I'm smoking a lot of this as fresh press. You can kind of see this is a strain called Say Less. Oh, that's some strong ass glass. This is a strain called Say Less. could already see that it's kind of turning in there, right? This was fresh press. It's pretty old. Looks beautiful, man. This looks like a future album cover. It does, though, right? It's crazy the way it's all, you know, buttering up right below the surface, man, or like touching the surface. You can kind of see where it's buttering up on the surface, but it's really happening on the inside. Let's see if I could pull some out of here and just see what it looks like. Ah, buttery on the inside. I love this resin.
Shout out to Wevin, shout out to Wody, shout out to Laramie, shout out to Wadman. Son, send me a link to the beat everybody's going crazy for right now because I can't hear shit in here.
Alright. This is what it looks like on the dabber. Okay, and let's get this into here. I'm gonna put this on white, man. I want a heavy hit. I don't want to take a Peak Pro one and ruin my evening, but maybe towards the end. All right, let's go here. Let's dust off the side. Not do a very good job, but we're gonna keep it rocking. All right, this is at a much hotter setting. Before you guys saw the melt shot on green, now you're going to see the melt shot on white. Aussie, that is, yeah, I would agree with you. I would agree with you. Man, it looks so beautiful. All right, let's go, y'all. Man, I love this strain. This is one of my favorites. It's even crazier because we don't know what the cross is. It's hard for me to describe the terps. It's like partly gassy, but this sharp kind of gassy that cuts all the way into your nose. It's not fruity, but like almost some like a touch of guava. It's very hard to describe. Almost spicy, I would say, not soury. I would not describe this as a sour. And I wouldn't describe this as an OG. This is a really, really hard thing for me to relay, and it's kind of what makes this so special. Most of the things I try, I can describe to you very well, but when something is truly unique, you don't really have a reference. When it doesn't taste like sour or OG, when it doesn't taste like a fruit, when it's not earthy tones, when it's gassy, but not a gas that you can relate to any other thing you've tried. This to me is a truly unique strain, and I love it. And that's why I smoke so much of it. You guys have seen me rep this brand a ton. Portal Provisions, you know, I have no allegiance to the dude. I've seen him, I think, one time since we originally met last year. And that happened to just be in New York. Yeah, peppery is a hard thing to describe. There are pepper terps. There was a strain from 3rd Gen... What the fuck? 3rd Gen Family? 3rd Gen Farms? 3rd Gen... Why am I forgetting the rest of 3rd Gen's name? That's so weird. How do y'all don't remember? Because I think I'm having a fucking stroke right now. 3rd Gen Family Farms. Okay, I was right with both. There was a strain called Pepper that 3rd Gen had 2017, maybe 2016. And that straight up tasted like pepper, not like bell pepper, but like dried black pepper. And there's another strain, Chili Verde. If you ever see a Chili Verde, it has some pepper terps, very, very light pepper terps. But there's some in there that if you identify, I'll be like, I could see a strain tasting like this predominantly. It is very lightly in this. This could be a Chili Verde cross. So yeah, there's the world of terpenes, the things that you can try and taste in cannabis is one of the most exciting things to me. Ultimately, you're always going to get high, man. You smoke enough hash and either you're going to get a really uppy paranoid high or a really sleepy dumbed down high, right? Like that's the spectrum of what can happen, but the terps you can take to get there can differ so wildly. And it's kind of what blows my mind. If you guys go back and you watch the stream, the jar check stream in Berlin, you'll see me with Grateful Seeds kind of going through this jar being like, bro, this shit smells like dumpster vomit. And meanwhile, I'm like, I fucking love this. It didn't taste like dumpster vomit. We knew that something was going on where as it cured, it was giving off these really rotten terps, as we would describe. And when I asked Grateful Seeds, like, where would you rank this? And I think that ended up, we thought it was hash. I do think it ended up being rosin. The whole time we were saying, this is unbelievable that this could even be hash. But the homies were like, man, if this is hash, this would be in second or third place. They fucked with it as well. And so like, I know a lot of you have your preference for terps. You know what you like, you know what you don't like, but I think you should be curious about what you could like. I'm somebody who hates Tangie. Tangie has a citrusy, meaty taste. If you know, you know. If you've tried it, you understand what I mean when I say this meaty taste. But I find Z-Boof to be pretty refreshing. I don't hate the terps. It's light, it doesn't get you super high, but it's a refreshing citrusy terp. I'm somebody who hates citrus terps, but I found stuff that I think is acceptable. And I think as you're on your journey of becoming a connoisseur, or just on your journey, forget about being a connoisseur, somebody who enjoys this, you should explore terps. You might be very surprised by what you enjoy. As much as I sit here and say I'm somebody who doesn't love earthy terps very much, it doesn't mean that a jar won't come across my plate one day where I'm like, this is one of the most amazing things I've ever tried. And so I give it a shot. You really never know. You're absolutely right, Lady Fantastic. It is absolutely all subjective, because as much as I don't love earthy terps, I know some of the best hash makers out there prefer them. Everybody's different, you know. And like when you think about the cilantro soap flavor, where some people try cilantro and it's this refreshing green, and others try it and it's this overwhelming taste of soap. I don't even know how soap tastes, but some people just hate it. It's very similar with terps. And I think some people fall into liking what they like and nothing else. And what happens when you're in that world that lacks curiosity is you lose diversity. You lose all the different terps you can try, because all anyone will ever want to make you is a Skittles, is a GMO, is the things that they know you like and you ask for, and you're only going to smoke them. But man, the best terps are new terps. That's always true. If somebody ever asks me, like, what's your favorite type of terp profile? Well, I might say gassy or something else. My real favorite terpene profile is one I've never tried before. And I think nothing hits the way something new does. So give it a shot. Yeah, the cilantro thing is sad. I saw somebody have a hot take of like, I just think the cilantro tastes like soap. And some of us like it and some of us don't. And I was like, I kind of feel like it's the same too, because I don't love, so like I don't eat cilantro and I'm like, this is great, but I don't hate it. Like I kind of just don't mind it. Anyways, rock and peaches sounds delicious. I like static for the process, man. I think that as far as static goes, there's nothing cleaner you can have. It is 99.9% trichome heads. No stalks, no particulate, no butane remnants, no water captured in there, just dry, mechanically separated trichome heads. You would assume it would be infinitely better than water hash. You would assume it would be infinitely better than rosin. But what I found is there's a very specific type of flavor you get when you're vaporizing static. And it specifically to me tastes like something related to the trichome wall. Like when you dab water hash and it's a little hot and you get that burnt popcorn smell. I feel like to properly vape static sift, you have to go so low of a temp of a temp, sorry, to not get that burnt flavor. And so I love it. The process to me is like, how could you get any more pure of a material? And I'm not sure what it is about it, but I found that, not that it's a harsher smoke, but it's a much more delicate resin than anything else I've tried. Yeah. 300, yeah, man. People want to watch. People don't want to like. People want to watch. What's the best jar in Washington State for me? Man. I can't even say like Mr. or Miss because I don't know if it's you know who they are. Zafar, it's okay if I just call you Zafar. I'm struggling with your first name. When I went to Washington at the end of last year, as far as rec goes, I was really unimpressed with the terps I saw in the rec scene. They weren't great. On the other hand, what I saw across the border in Oregon was fantastic, man. It was really great. One of my favorite dispensaries out there is Archive. There in Portland. I know it's a bit of a mission, depending on where you are in Washington. If you're in Bellingham, it's out of the question. If you're in Seattle, you know, it's pretty much a whole day going there and back. I'm hoping maybe if we go back, we should do, I was thinking, guys, we should do another jar check, maybe same period in the PNW. Like, there's not a lot going on. There are a lot of events. They really appreciate when we come through, and some of my favorite terps in the country. So, like, I'll probably be back there at the end of this year. I hope the team can get it together. If the team has time, can put it in the sky. I didn't mean it like that. I wanted to correct it. I meant like put the project together, not get your shit together. Then maybe we can go out there and run the jar check again. That was really a vibe. But I would say if you know, I'm not recommending anything, but I will say I prefer, because I don't want you to cross a border or do anything illegal like that. But I prefer the terps in Portland to the terps in all of Washington. I thought it was amazing, and specifically, my favorite dispensary is Archive. If you look them up in Portland, Archive PDX, I think is how you find them on Google Maps. They're the ones. Yeah, I think we'd have less to cover on this one. There would be like, we covered a lot of the important things for Portland. I think this one would just be the hash, man. Maybe we could do it sooner, you know? It's, maybe, actually, shit, it'd be nice to do it as part of my, like, I need more hash, because Pacific Northwest is a beautiful place to be in the summer, I think. I actually think it's one of the most beautiful places in the world for, like, 3 months out of the year. I have hookups in Washington, Red Eyes. Like, I know people in the Rex, obviously we know people in the Rex scene. And I know people in the trap market. And I can tell you that I was unimpressed. You know what I mean? Like, if you have somebody that you want to recommend, drop their name or like their brand, not their government name, but like their brand and what you think is dope. And I'd be glad to check it out. But everything I saw that was fire in the Pacific Northwest was coming from Oregon specifically. And that is in line with what I saw in 2016, 2017. When did they do, was it 502A, or I forgot the numbers or the program in Washington for rec. But when that happened, all of the best hash makers in Washington left. And some of them went to Oregon, some of them went to Massachusetts, some of them traveled around and then went to Oklahoma when Oklahoma launched. But it lost a lot of its talent, and it seems like what remains in the Pacific Northwest, and some up and comers for sure. Shout out to Moonmelts, man. They're pretty new, and they're doing fantastic work. It was exclusively like in Oregon. Washington is very sad. It's especially sad because I said this for many years, but in 2016, Washington was the hash capital, in my opinion, of the United States. It's where the most expensive glass art was being sold. It's where the most expensive hash was being sold. It's where the largest amount of connoisseurs would go to visit to access that really high-end glass art and really high-end hash. And it literally got wiped away. Like the fastest destruction of a market I have ever seen, where it went wreck and icons in the game crashed. Glass sales crashed. Hash sales not even quality of hash crashed, and it seemingly never fully recovered. There's still some people doing amazing things out there, man. Shout out to my homie Exotic Genetics Mike. I think I haven't seen him in 3 fucking years and I miss him. I think it crashed because rec came in. The recreational market came in. People weren't able to convert. The market was already overinflated. So like recreational across the country, you have in 2014, Colorado going live, right? And I don't know who the next state was. I believe Oregon didn't happen until 2017, 2018. Cali didn't happen until 2019. I think Washington happened in 2017. But what started happening was the game was going rec. And our scene, this glass and hash scene, was so specific and had kind of like dominated the, you want to call it the underground culture of cannabis, but it was really the move makers of cannabis were all of this like these like Wookiee glass and hash cats, and highly concentrated in Washington. Washington is where Mothership is from. Washington is where Quave is from. Washington is where Exotic Genetics is from. There's a lot of brands and icons out there that built an entire industry. And in 2017, a big change happened. And that was happening, I think, across the country. The scene was just changing. But if you were in there, and again, a couple of other things. There's a place called, is it 7 Points? It was 7 Points, right, Admin? 7 Points was like an art studio that had the biggest names ever. It had Quave, it had Storm and Norman, it had Swiss Perk, it had, my God, wasn't Sagan out of there? There are so many names. I'm not going to be able to think of them all. But like, not only was all this happening at the same time, but there was these massive art studios with the greatest artists of a generation all working in the same place. There was nothing like it, man. It was probably like trying to describe New York City in the time, downtown New York City in the time of Basquiat, where you're like, this was a thing. And then even though art continued in New York City and culture continued in New York City, there was a time, you know, like there was a time, and that time was 2016 in Washington. Anyways, shout out to 710 Labs too, man. I mean, they were the 710 Labs, you know, there's a reason they say OGs make better OG. We were going to the 710 Labs dispensary. It wasn't 710 Labs back then. It was Greenest Green. And we were going there and smoking their Lemon G, me and Chelsea, in 2014. As we would go into that market. That was the first year that our first product came out. And again, like the scene changes, right? I think we went from a scene that was very much underground and had very prolific contributors at the very top tier between the glass makers and the hash makers. And then I think there was a bit of an apocalypse between 2017 and 2020 with most of the important markets going rec in this country. And right now, I think we're in a bit of a renaissance of those who have survived, and they're building the future. And right now, I would probably say there's more people buying glass than they were buying glass in 2016. They're buying different things. They're buying Puffco accessories and other stuff. They're also not buying $20,000, $30,000 glass pieces. So like the value of the market has changed a bit. But there's probably more glass buyers than there ever were before. There's certainly more hash buyers than there ever were before. And so I think we've made it through this hump of like underground market growing the space maturing and going rec, and that underground market crashing. But in that, I think leaders rose, and now we're back to like the mainstream world people envisioned in 2016, I think is here. Bro, Rosin Raiders. Is that Matt? Is Rosin Raiders who I think it is? I don't even think it is. I know of a brand that might have a similar name, but I'm going to reserve talking about it so I have more details. But a jar came across my desk that blew my mind of quality and price point. It's not them. Okay, I'll keep my mouth shut. It's a similar name, but there's I'll hold on that. Same name, different things. Maybe it's Resin Raiders or some shit. Yeah, so Weapon Kid, that's what I thought it was. Holy shit, bro. Nah, I hear you. Tier 32, C tier. I hear you, bro. The price is fucking insane. I'm sorry, but like that price there's no reason BHO should exist. At that price, that's cheaper than any BHO I've ever gotten. Smells good, tastes good. If I was somebody in a really hard budget, I feel like that would even be a better experience than like smoking flower. It blew my mind of like true accessibility for people in a market. That's not the price I saw. I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna get more info. I wanna cover them a bit more in the future, anyways. But I'm gonna get more info on that, and then maybe I could showcase their jar. 2 grams of rosin for $50. I paid out the door. I heard even better, Weapon Kid. I heard even better pricing than that. I don't know if that's something coming down the line or what. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. But $2 a gram of rosin for $50 in California is about the most insane thing that I've ever heard of. Even for a C-tier product, that's about the most insane thing I've ever heard of. Now, again, that's like raw garden prices that are selling really cheap, not cheap, but accessible BHO. I don't you know, they work very hard there. But yeah, at the same price as BHO and you're getting rosin, that's crazy. And again, I thought I heard it's even cheaper than that. I heard it's even cheaper than that. Again, it's not what I'm going to smoke. I'm going to smoke the highest end stuff I can get from Kalia. But the fact that somebody can go and get that, that's amazing, bro. That's amazing. $10 for a gram of sauce in Virginia. Damn, bro. Sketch. Sketch. Mind you, this is like tested, regulated, like this is legit. I'm pretty sure Virginia is not legal. I know that Maryland, either is medical or rec. Yeah, shout out to Grape God, man. Grape God, I think, was one of those brands in Washington. I'm pretty sure he was out of Washington before they were in Oregon. Now they're like a rec brand. Yeah, $10 Virginia sauce, man. I remember back in the day in Washington, they were selling like slabs of BHO for like $6 a gram. And at the time, it was the lowest I've heard. I think it's gone even lower since, but like, it's exactly what you think it would be, you know? Some shit to season a titanium nail. Michigan, you are... We should plan this Michigan trip, especially for the summer, because it's cold as fuck up there. Like, let's get the fuck over there, man. I'm tired of talking about Michigan and not having a lived experience there. Like, you just keep hearing how great of a market it is, and it's actually not a very great market for the operators there. You hear it's a very tough one. They're not making a lot of money. But the consumers are going fucking crazy. You guys are getting really quality stuff at really affordable prices. I gotta get over there, man. We're gonna do that soon. Like, I'm committing. Michigan Jar Check is going to happen. Man, I kind of want to go in the pro, bro. Y'all missed it. We couldn't leave that stream up, man. We had some like Jordan tier rage baiters in there. And I was tired, y'all. I was very tired in the last stream, and I was working probably the whole year without any meaningful break. So they got me. Why did I bring all that up? Oh, I fucking hit this thing like I've never hit it in my life. I hit it on white, and I was full of rage. And it did nothing to me. I barely coughed. I almost like need to get angry again or something just to... Bro, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it. Yeah, I was on one that. I wasn't on one, man. I stand by everything I fucking said. I didn't say anything that I would disagree with, but I think I have a responsibility to not be very emotional on here and like to lead with clear context and rationale. And that is not what that day was. That day was fuck this and free that, you know, over and over again. Fill in the blanks. All right, what else do I got here? I have this Riptide rosin I don't think I hit. Oh, this is the bro. The stickers are... It was a very valid crash out. No denying that. It's just not... I had a lot of reflecting to do after that stream of like, who do I want to be? How do I want to present myself? Because like, that wasn't helpful to any of the causes that I advocate for. And it was definitely not helpful for myself to feel that way. So... it was good to have a break after that and do a lot of, again, self-reflection on how I want to deal with that. Chat, if there's any reality where, you know, whatever, there's a few hundred of you in here right now. I can't actually see the number. But if there's ever a day where there's a few thousand of you or many thousands of you, which I think is honestly unlikely, I gotta be locked in. I I gotta be locked in. I gotta be able to like lead and give context and be very clear. And it's not what I was that day. All right, let's show some hash. This is beautiful. This is Riptide rosin. Color immaculate, no particulate whatsoever. Smell off the charts. Love this strain. The strain is, I always say Weishi. Some people pronounce it Oishi. It's beautiful. It smells good. It tastes great. It's this sweet gas. I fucking love it. Dab of 0.3? Sure. Sure. I mean, we're going to guesstimate a 0.3. It'll probably end up being bigger than a 0.3. Like, that's probably a 0.3. Right? Like, yeah, come on. That's gotta be. We'll call this a good enough. A point good enough. All right, this is what the inside of his jar is looking like, by the way. Oh, I think yeah, the melt cam crashed. This is what it looks like on the hash cam, you know? The hash cam crashed before but came back up. Def a 0.2. Hey, listen, man. I feel like Cold Cure always looks like less than what it is. Do we have the scale here? We do? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see, man. We're going to pull out the scale. We're going to pull out the scale. These technical ass motherfuckers out here. Ah, damn, I already finished my tea. .04, come on, 04, come on, man.
Are they guessing what they think it is?
I mean, somebody said .04.
Yeah, see how close to what it could get.
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna find the scale.
You still have that one on your desk.
On my desk? I don't know if I had it on my desk.
We did just take a chat.
All right. Yeah, I'll take a question for now. I'll give this a second. Oh man, I thought I had more tea left. Kevin is gone, y'all. Tomorrow's Kevin's birthday. Wish him a happy birthday, please. Get in his DMs. We got the scale, chat. We got the scale. All right, so let's see. Oh, I think the top cam is also cooked now. Do I think static will make a scene in the Cali rec market? Nah. It's too fragile of a resin and takes too much of a knowledge, I think, to effectively use. Let's see if this is working. Nope. Will you know when it works? Like, is there a light or something? If anything, I could just use the melt cam.
Yeah, run that for now. Fan this. Yeah, you can run up about it's fine.
Okay. All right, chat. Let's do this here then. All right. You're gonna have to trust me a bit on this, chat. So. Oh my God, bingo! Don't tell him that. All right, one last try. No, it's not working. All right, let's give this a shot. So, I'm gonna put on the melt cam. This is about the size of it. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn this on. All right, then I'm gonna put the hot knife on there. Right, then I'm going to tear it. Nope. This is definitely inconsistent. Try not to touch anything for a second, Woody. All right. Let's take this off, and then I'm going to drop it in, and we'll see exactly what was on here. Come on. All right. Don't ever fuck with me, bro. Don't ever question me, bro. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How could I be more exact, bro? I bet you it's 0.300, but the scale is off. Don't ever disrespect me like that again, bro. You don't know my fucking history. You don't know what the fuck I was doing before Puffco. Think I don't know my way around a scale. Come on, dog. I'm privileged to have retired the scale, player. Okay? Privileged to have that behind me. All right, let's go. I'm saying too much. I'm being a little spicy. I'm going to put this on red just to give it a shot. I am very hyped, bro. That motherfucker was like, nah, that's a 0.2. 3.0, bro. 3.0. Fuck you talking to? Put some respect on my name, bro. I could eyeball things. You would need a fucking laboratory to get precise. I'm fucking, I don't know. Anyways, all right, let's do this on the melt cam. Will work. Oh, yeah. Wody needs a 3-0. He does. This is going to be a hurdy one. But I kind of want a hurdy one today, man. Wow, look at all that vapor, man. It's going. It's going, chat. All right. All right, let's do disco mode. Just for fun. All right. Cheers, chat. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's what I needed. That's what I needed. But you know, I think Puffco's gonna have to be a $1 billion company to get Mark Rebelay. Bro's getting paid. Bro's getting paid. Oh my god. That was nice. I needed that. Some days you need a hot and hurdy, man. You know? Just ripped a 3-0. No problem. No problem. Oh, how much is left on the inside? I just cleaned the carb cap, y'all. I ate that shit, bro. I ate that. That was my lunch. I precisely measured it, and then I fucking ate it. All right? I don't want to hear nothing. I'm very proud right now because I don't dab the Peak Pro. As much as our other devices. Oh, God. There's leftovers. There's a little bit, but, you know. That's okay. That's okay. Now stand up. I got a joke, but I can't say it. I gotta remind myself I'm here to lead. I'm not here to be a funny guy. I'm here to lead. All right, let me take a quick, about an hour in. Let me take a quick commercial break, go blow my nose, maybe cough my brains out in secret. And I'll come back. Now do a burpee. Damn, you could tell we're appealing to the fitness cats, because, like, bro, what? I don't never want to take a dab and do a burpee. I might burp, but I'm not going to do a burpee after a dab. I know people out there enjoy doing it, you know what I mean? Like, people love taking dabs and working out and going hard and shit. That ain't me. That's not me at all. Anyways, I'll be right back.
again, never quit, quick to fail. Double back, won't miss a meal. Sharp as steel, don't hurt everything there is to say about me. I ain't tripping, don't let lucky here, he don't play about me. Loyalty is not for sale. Wishing those who wish me well, a great bill of health. They said I see you at the top, well then I'll be here. 10 years, so I'm still spinning, shit, I'll be down. Misunderstood, my words get twisted, shit, that's my fault. It's on the chain, I'm never.
Don't understand.
Just take the dab. Smoke the doink. It's going to be fine. The world gets more complicated every year. We don't have the answers. But what we do have is hash. Let's just take it easy and simplify. Your friends fuck with you. They want to see you. They don't care if you're a content addict. They still love you. Let's just get hella faded and try not to worry for a moment.
Yo, let me get a dab too.
All right. I'm high now, chat. I'm fucking high now. Kevin's gone for the day, man. His birthday's tomorrow. Please remember to wish him a happy birthday. Go drop him a comment on his page somewhere right now. Yeah, I mean, let's do questions, man. I'm pretty high. That dab, that, you know, the Peak Pro just gets me a level of high where it's very hard to stream. So, yeah. I hit it on red on the goat one. Man, I just gotta fix the handlebars, really. Like, you know what? Next time you come over, Wody, like when we do maybe the stream setup at the house or something. Yeah, I already have the grips. I have everything I need, man. I'm just being lazy. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I gotta get it together, and then I gotta see if I can attach the bike to my SUV. And then I'm down, man. I want to roll with y'all. I really fuck with it. It seems like so much fun. From where?
Observatory to the Hollywood side?
You guys drove there?
No.
Damn. Yeah, I feel like mine can't. What kind of mileage the new ones are doing?
2.0. Mine gets like 45, 50 miles.
Mine's a 2.0 also. And it gets, yeah, I would say like 40. Mine is carrying a lot more weight than yours, so it'll be less. But anyways. Matt Robertson Glass. He is the one who made this beautiful piece. It's kind of an iconic style of his. Like, he does many animal heads and stuff. But this is just a great hitting one. He killed it. Look at the shape of this. Like, it's fucking beautiful. Hey, bro, I'm paying full price, Raw Stunts. I ain't get another e-bike ever, bro. I pulled up to them. And I was even like, listen, bro, you know, Sir Ronster, he told me to come. But I'm sure fucking everyone is like, oh, Sir Ronster told me to get one. But I need that discount, bro. When I got the bike, I came on here and people were like, what kind of e-bike did you get? And I'm like, I'm not going to say. I paid full fucking price. I'm not going to do that and then go and promote it. E-Ride collab with Puffco. I don't know how he could even do that collab, really. Except for, like, sponsor riders or something, you know? We don't feel getting high and riding. Okay. Let's see. I feel like I haven't asked the question. My favorite day-to-day Puffco, man. So, like, my favorite daily driver is actually the Proxy. That's my favorite. I'll pull that out for my next dab. I feel like the amount of vapor that you can get from a Proxy is unreal. It can really hit you in the face. But the amount of hash you can consume, if you consume it that way, you already know that I love flavor. And our other devices are great, but like with a Peak Pro, I feel like the intensity takes the wheel. You're using a Peak Pro because you want to get as high as possible from every single dab. And a Peak will do that for you as well. Obviously, you can't get to the intensity of the Peak Pro, but it'll still get you pretty high. I feel like a Proxy can get you easily as high as a Peak will, but you can use a beautiful pipe, man. You can use a wooden pipe if you want. There's something about this that really speaks close to my heart, and I wonder if like maybe that's because I grew up in that era of Washington 2016, and that left such an impression on me as a hash consumer. But Proxy is my daily driver. It's what I love the most. It's the shape I love the most. It's the hit I love the most. Yeah. Admin, why don't you ask that question that you wanted to clear earlier? I think there was one you were asking me about if we should bring it up because it was a little touchy. Why'd I never bring the Terra pipe to smoke? I could. We have one. We have one. They're beautiful. I think it's not one of the ones I use every day. I prefer the wooden ones. Made a wooden pipe out of an alcohol. That's sick. God, I'm high, man. That one dab really did me in. Was that a practice gabagool, admin? How much glass do I own? A ton, bro. I mean, the amount of stuff that we have in the office. Sorry, y'all. 1 sec. With the let me just reply to y'all first. With the amount of stuff we have in the office, bro, like we just posted the 2 Chainz piece yesterday, but we should do like maybe the next stream. It can be a good topic of like just get all the glass we have access to and go through like the history of all the glass I have. It's probably like 50 to 100 pieces. Yeah. Between all the wooden ones, the fucking ceramic ones, there's a lot, man. There's a whole lot. Are we a glass audit? Yeah, let's do that. Are we hiring? Yeah, we're always hiring. You can go on to, I believe, if you search us on Indeed, we're on LinkedIn. I think if you just search Puffco Careers, it'll even take you to our website. But yeah, we are hiring. I'm not sure exactly what roles, so like, you know, do your research and you'll figure it out. Been smoking any Tricadelics lately. Just got some Jenny from the new drop, bro. That's how fucked up and how out of touch I am with Trikey, who I still think has some of the best jars in the world. Every time I open a Trikey jar, year after year after year, it's incredible. I haven't even heard the name Jenny before. I was like, I thought you were referencing the person you bought it from. Like, oh, I got the new drop from Jenny. No, that's the name of the strain. Fuck. I gotta get it. All right. Here's a question that I kind of wanted to answer. So, what do I think about the Glass House raids? Now, some quick context for those that don't know: Glass House is a cannabis company in California. They are owned by a former law enforcement officer, something like that. Former law enforcement is what owns Ice House. They have been pretty controversial in the space as a brand people don't like, because people don't like the idea of former law enforcement profiting from something that law enforcement used to enforce and hurt people for. However, Glass House was just raided by ICE. And regardless of how you feel about Glass House, federal agents raided a cannabis farm, killed a cannabis worker, and are probably going to get away with it. And I think that is a very, very, very sad moment for our industry, for all of the people watching this happen, and for the future of the space. I think we should all feel a little more unsafe now that we've witnessed a cannabis worker killed by federal police than we did before, regardless of who owns that company. And so like we're at a very scary crossroads, chat. We don't know where things are going to go, but we know that last week a cannabis worker was killed by federal agents for nothing but existing, for nothing but showing up to work and doing their job. And as much as some people don't like Glass House, I would rather them not have that happen to them if it means that happens to none of us. And this is a scary moment where I hope you guys are aligning with the worker that was killed, regardless of how you feel about both Ice House and ICE. Yeah. That dude fell off a roof. They didn't push him. I don't know, man. I would say, like, imagine this. If a bunch of masked men showed up to my property, holding guns, pointing them at me. I'm trying to run away. I don't know what the fuck they're doing or why they're here. I'm trying to run away. I run to my roof. I fall off. Do you think those masked men aimed at kidnapping me, that I don't know who they are, do you think that they're somewhat liable in that crime? You know what I mean? Like, did they shoot him? No, they didn't shoot him. Would he be alive if they weren't there that day? Yeah. Yeah, man. My perspective is that man is dead because federal agents raided a cannabis farm. That is why that person is no longer with us. And so, like, I hear you. Yeah. So that's constitutionally conscious. That's what kind of the problem is. And yeah, I hope that the future of this space isn't with federal agents raiding farms that aren't committing crimes. That's insane. For US citizens, or, you know, my empathy is boundless, constitutionally conscious. Like, I think a nation or borders are a weird place to hold your empathy. I think you can have empathy for people that are not US citizens. You can have empathy for people that you haven't met. You can have empathy for a father that went into work that day, just looking to do his job, regardless of if he's a US citizen or not. And I think that questions like that typically are what people try to impose on us as people to pretend like we're all not subject to the same fate of oppression. When you try to qualify or justify, like, well, was he a US citizen? And I'm not saying that you're trying to do this, but you're saying that what happened there is okay to happen to some people, but not others. And I disagree with that. I think we have to hold empathy for all workers and all people in the cannabis space. The people I think you should hold the least amount of empathy for in the cannabis space is CEOs and shareholders. But as far as the workers go, whether they're from here or not, whether they're US citizens or not, regardless of how they look, they deserve the empathy that they should be able to go to work safely and go home that day. Regardless, you know? But that's my take. Do you agree if you had a nation, you would need borders as a country? I don't know. I mean, Red Eyes, I don't want to get like too into the weeds. I don't think people are here for that and stuff. It says, for we the people, constitutionally applies to US citizens. I'm only speaking legally, not empathetically. Again, constitutionally conscious. I don't want to like get, and I hear you, you don't sound like you're, I see where you're coming from. You know, there's isn't like one of the lines from here, like the Statue of Liberty, like, give me your poor, give me your tired, like all that kind of stuff. We have a lot of things that we say in this country, and how we define we the people, constitutionally conscious, is up to you, man. That's up to you. Are we the people, you and your neighbors? Well, as long as they're US citizens. Is we the people, your state, including, you know, maybe the people in there that are harmful? Or are we the people that all are subject to the same reality that's imposed on us? And I feel like for every line that there is trying to build borders around us, there's always a line that's trying to break down that fence and let us grow our community. And that's typically, again, I'm pro-immigration because, well, I'm the kid of immigrants. And I'm from New York, which is pretty heavily, you know, like it feels like an immigrant city. Everybody from there, their parents or grandparents came from somewhere else. So like you kind of see that line. And I believe that growing that community with good, honorable people is what every community should do. But I don't want to get too in the weeds. And I think admin is agreeing because he's trying to move there. Maybe at another day we can have this conversation. We were talking about like potentially doing a Twitch stream where I play video games. I think that I can maybe have more of these combos there when I'm just at home and I'm playing video games and I can pause. The last thing before I switch up subjects, constitutionally conscious, is law changes over time, man. There was a time where slavery was legal, man. There was a time where the people who were hiding Anne Frank in their house, they were criminals. They were breaking the law. Even though Anne Frank ended up going to a concentration camp and being killed. Legality is not the definition of morality. And us challenging what laws are and that they serve we the people is on us. The second that we accept them, we have conceded all power and all thought to the people who rule us. And so like, do yourself a favor, and when you think of the law, don't think of what they said things should be. Think of what you know in your heart is right. Whether it's coming from a place of, spirituality or religion or empathy, like think about what's right. Anyways, let me go to admin's question. I'm going to move on, chat, because I am coming back from vacation very mature and not being rage baited and keeping my cool and trying to inspire. Did I ever think the status of Puffco would get to where it is today? I was just kind of talking about that with somebody else. Yeah, I'm trying to find. I don't wish I could, but like, I would. It's hard for me to say. Like, I always want to show a lot of humility with many things, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that, like, I always dream that this is what it would be. I'm from New York. If there's something that I have more of anything of, I don't think that it's like smarts or creativity or anything else. Like, I don't know what it is. I feel like it's just my ambition. Especially when I was younger, I'm a very ambitious person. Like, I not believed in myself, but I always believed in the mission or like the thing I was trying to do. And maybe not always, but definitely with Puffco. And I can remember back to our earliest days, like talking to Chelsea and being like, we're going to be the biggest thing to ever happen in this little thing that we do. And, I don't know if I believed it when I said it back then, but I was definitely saying it. So like, I don't know, did I ever think the status would get here? I think I doubted it way more than I believed in it, but I certainly said it would to the people around me. It's not a very good answer, but that's the truth. Man. All right, let's take another one. Let's show how this proxy hits. Oh, I successfully handled that conversation. I'm very proud of myself. This is a big turnaround from last week. Big turnaround. It's what a week of rest will get you. Can I drop my hat knife at some point? Use it. It's on the scale. What else? This Wishi is here. Let me try this off the. I think I hit this on the Peak Pro. Damn, that was nice, bro. That 0.3. I fucking nailed that shit. Imagine if it was 297. It would have robbed me of that. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been like, fuck, bro. Well, technically it's 0.2, man. Technically it's 0.2. That's exactly what I said. I said it too. I said it still wasn't accurate even when I got it. Man, all right. Let me take this dab. We're winding down, chat. I'd say I'd probably like to be out of here within 10, 15 minutes, hopefully sooner. So if y'all have any questions, please ask away. You know, I was going to say not questions like this, but you know what? Let's just leave it open. Later, hippies. We're a 4 player. 10 is not happening today, man. It is not a 10 ski day. Smoky Locks, come in next week and ask. You see, I just get to keep raging on this. It's why I love my proxy. It's just hit after hit, flavor after flavor. Damn, it's dead. It's just endless fucking flavor, man. Five ski is pretty. Did we do a 5 ski, or is that actually only number 4? I believe it if that's actually only number 4. That's crazy though. It's that one peak pro dab, man. It'll just fucking destroy you. I didn't deserve the block, Raj. Yo, most people deserve the block, Jake. Jake, let's talk about it in the court of public opinion. Why did I block you, from your perspective? Or give me your IG. Maybe I could look up our conversation. I always think about the people I block. Sometimes I block people just because I want peace. Yeah, where is Train Man? Is he okay? I think he hasn't missed one yet. Probably on a train. Yeah, I feel like I don't, you know. Instagram. I just got to this point, man, where some people want to argue. Some people, there was this dude, Jake, maybe this was you. Oh, I would never block somebody over a warranty issue for sure. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. There was somebody, I forgot what it was. They were coming across as real this might have not been you, by the way. I thought you were somebody else that gave me a list of all the reasons they think I'm an asshole. And I'm actually open to hearing that feedback. But every reason, they were on the wrong side, where they were like, well, actually, you got really frustrated with the people that made a big deal about your contest. And it was every micro controversy we've had where the general population of us were like, hey, man, you guys are kind of ruining the fun for everyone else. And then I think I just blocked that person of man, why don't I want you just watching me and being like, you fucking suck, bro. You did this for the worst reasons ever. There was that one person. There was somebody else who said super hateful, disrespectful things to me in the DMs and was you know, my reply to them was, hey, you could have just asked me to help you with a customer service issue and have my team look into it. But you came across as really disrespectful. So I'm going to send this to my team, but I'm blocking you. That's what I told them. That might have been you, Jake. I don't know. I'm guessing, especially if it was a warranty claim, because I'll never block anyone for having a warranty claim. If anything, chat, if anyone ever reaches out to me and is like, hey, Roger, they've been a little slow to reply to me or something, and our customer service team could have busy periods where maybe it does take a couple days for them to get it back to somebody. It's rare, but it happens. And so you can message me and be like, can you please just look into this? Or something happened. Can it just get your attention? I like stepping in and giving people that attention. I hope this doesn't lead to hundreds of messages. Not that would even happen a day. We don't have that many issues. But I don't mind that at all. But if you come across as disrespectful to me, bro, I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you, and neither does the customer service staff or anyone. You don't have the right to be abusive to people. I'm not saying that's what you did, Jake. I don't know if that was you specifically. But you don't have the right to be abusive to people. And expect them to just take it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to put any of my employees through. And so recently I've been kind of heavy on my if you're being weird, not weird, just outright disrespectful towards me, I don't have to be okay, well, that's the boss. Just gonna pass on your information to the Puffco support team and You lost the ability to message somebody who cares that you have a good experience. That's what I'm assuming you are, Jake, but maybe that wasn't it. I said Puffco support needed to get better. How'd you say it? How'd you say it, Jake? You know what I mean? Like, we're getting closer to it. It sounds like you're that guy where you were really disrespectful. And I hear you. Like, there's always room to improve, man. We're always open to feedback. And if you're somebody who feels like you have been left outside of the experience you hope to get from Puffco, like, damn, man, I hope you guys will handle it this way, and you didn't, Raj, and you should know that, man. I'm going to send that to my team immediately, bro. Immediately, I'm going to send it to my team. Like, hey, man, this person cared enough to message me. Let's make it right. But when you're coming across as like, fuck you and your fucking garbage ass piece of shit fucking team, bro. They fucking suck, bro. If that's your energy, all right, bro, I'm going to get you the help you need. But you don't get to reach out to me again. Like, I don't want to be spoken to that way. I don't want my team to be spoken to that way. And something that we've done very rarely, but I think we had a recent conversation of if we should, is firing customers. And that's something where you just say, hey, I'm going to give you a refund for your product. If you ever purchase another one again, we're not going to warranty it. We're not going to engage with you. We don't want to sell you anything. You've been abusive to us. And like, it's a very rare thing. I pulled that out like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And somebody was just like, they made it their lives to just be very, you know, it became an obsession of theirs. And somebody else brought that up recently. And like, we didn't do it, but there was somebody who was like really pushing that line of like, bro, we can't exist within your desire to abuse people for frustrations you may encounter. Frustrations are valid. Being upset is valid. Those things are all, you can hit up and be like, why the fuck doesn't this product work? That's valid, man. That's fair. Nobody's saying that. When you start calling people pieces of shits and like getting on them and, hey, bro, it's like, that's not how you get things done. Anyways, Puffco supporter saints, man. They are. They are. Anyways, now we get Wody. Now we're getting somewhere, Jake. You know, it's all good, man. I can see why you can't see it, Jake, because I think like there is a culture, has been a culture for some people of it just being really okay to be mean to people just because you paid them. You know what I mean? Like you go into a restaurant and you're paying people, and so you get to be like, man, fuck you, get my shit right. If I had a restaurant, somebody came in and I'm like, here's your refund, bro. Never come back. You're never allowed in. Yeah. Pivot can attach to a rig. Yo, next stream we need to show the fucking banger attachment. Like, we've just totally... Do you know? Where is that motherfucker? Do we have one here? We literally made a banger attachment for the pivot. It comes with a chamber. It screws right into the battery. It hooks right into your rig. And it rages. It gives a shocking amount of vapor. You see what they did it is doing, right? Like you see how much vapor he gets from all the... We made something to click into any rig. And we talked about it once in the keynote and never again. It's okay. We could do it next week. But like next week, I gotta pull this thing out, man. Yeah, let's pull this. Let's have that ready for next week's stream. It's the thing, bro. It's like the thing. I'm glad you asked. I don't think that's like, that's somebody being like, hey, Raj, why don't you tell me about? It's the thing, bro. It was like one of the major selling points of the pivot when we first put it out there. And we expected that people wouldn't make any glass accessories for the pivot. No glass mouth tips. None of the crazy shit they're doing at Bear Mountain Studios. Just they'd use the device. And we're like, well, let's make it attached to a rig so there's still a way that it engages with glass. Like we always want our products to work with glass art. And I think because the glass art community has embraced it so much, we just didn't talk about the glass attachment anymore. So like, yo, we're doing that. We're doing that next week. You guys are gonna be shocked at how much it rips. Hash talk or hash Puffco talk? I mean, usually a healthy mix of both. Today's probably a bit Puffco heavy, but I haven't been around for a while, and I feel like people have Puffco questions today. Bear Mountain Studios and Quartz. You sound very frustrated, Higher Barcelona. God damn, Quartz. You gotta use Quartz, man. Have to. It's a part of my identity. You know, to each their own, man. I hope you're enjoying his with Quartz. We definitely enjoy his work when we use it on our devices. It's a nice piece down, just polishing off the Oishi. I'm getting a top for my pivot PuffCon. Yeah, I mean that'll be the place to buy it, man. There's gonna be so many glass artists there. When am I coming to Chicago? We don't have an Illinois trip planned. Right now, I feel like Michigan is like mission number one. Michigan and Texas, for different reasons, are like critical. I'm gonna guess that it'll probably be Michigan first because that's a better place to go in the summer, and then Texas maybe when it gets a little bit colder. Illinois is not on the list right now. Who am I most excited for in this lineup at PuffCon? That'd probably be a tie for me between Eric Andre and Alchemist. Eric Andre is going to be something. It's just it's probably Eric Andre because I haven't seen anything like that before. It's got a very unique act. We should ask Kev about it because it's not just like a comedy thing. Like we should bring on Kev to talk about it. And anytime Alchemist is spinning anywhere, anytime, it's a vibe, bro. Like, it's the best place you can be. I could just listen to Alchemist all fucking day, every day. So like when he comes on, the vibe has arrived. And as far as Eric Andre goes, like, I'm a big fan, man. I never met him. You know, he's a big cannabis user, or was at least at one point. I'm pretty sure he still is. Those are probably the ones I'm most excited for. I mean, shout out to Glock. Shout out to Reggie Watts. Very excited to see Reggie Watts. I'm excited for them, but I don't know. That's just me being honest, I guess. Michigan is just the better spot for an event as a Chai resident. Would make the trip. Dalton, how long would it take you to go there? And where should we go? Should we do Detroit or should we do Ann Arbor? I feel like Ann Arbor is where more hash users are. Or at least that's what like the vibe I got from somebody. Oh yeah, do we have a rig to put it in? We got a few things. Oh, sick. This is gonna be hard but fun. All right, yo. So somebody asked, first of all, what brand is this? Jesus Christ, bro, this is a thick boy.
We also got this Ryan Fit piece.
I think I'd rather use the Ryan Fit.
I agree. Hey, want to put water?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is. While you're filling that up with water, let me get it. I'll do both. Making sure it works. Yeah. Yo, so yeah, somebody asked, do you make an attachment for a rig? We do. This is it. Does the top work now? Yeah. All right. This is our glass attachment, right? It literally just goes into your battery. That's how easy it is. Whoops. Sorry, y'all. There we go. Needed 2 hands for that one. Literally just goes into your battery. Let's get this thing. Whoops. Here we go. Whoops. And I started it early. I'm going to try this first. Look at this. I mean, this is what it can do, man. It's an amazing, this is an amazing, shit is barely cleaned, y'all. Stay abusing this. I guess I'll just keep going with the Oishi. Let's try this, man. Glass attachment for the pivot. This thing goes. This is going to fill up with a shocking amount of vapor. Like a shocking amount. That's what this thing does. And I honestly hate hitting bongs, chat, because you gotta fill this thing up a lot with air. All right, got the little disco mode on there. And then I'm just gonna, I guess, pull it out to clear it, right? Man. I'm nervous. All right, y'all. Let's try this. Holy shit. All right, that actually wasn't too bad at all. Yo, that's great. From this little thing, that's fucking amazing, man. It's gonna hit even better in the Ryan Fit. Let me clean this up real quick. In before the finish your milkers. Had to get it done. Man, this is gonna get me very high. This type of hit off of the pivot, like when attached to an adapter, dude, it gets me very high. I almost don't like the high that it gets me because you're consuming so much of your dab. There's not a ton of reclaim left. And you end up with this like really stony high, which I kind of don't want to be. Ooh, okay, a little rager. Let's go one more time. Huh. Damn, I'm really high, y'all. Holy shit. All right, let's try this one more time. All right. Bro, massive. Massive. Bye, Highway Barcelona. Hope you can obsess about better things. Ooh. Bro, this thing is fucking hitting. Oh my god. Holy shit. Man. Holy shit. Yo. Oh my god. If I'm gonna keep it real with you, I'm not worried about much, man. Holy shit. Wow. That worked. That worked. Yeah, it's nap time. I'm gonna go relax. So I probably wouldn't recommend using this with like a big rig unless you want those light hits. But using this in a smaller rig, holy shit. Holy shit, man. That was a very powerful hit. That felt at least as intense as the Pro hit. And it's $130. I mean, the adapter costs more, but oh, man. Whew. Anyways. The 2-footer was fine, man. I mean, the rig hit is like, yeah, I'm sweaty. All right, chat. Thank you. See you guys next week. Peace.
What is your definition of happiness?
A clear horizon. Nothing to worry about.
only things that are creative.
Let me break it down for those who don't know but should. Me and Stone in your kitchen like a breakfast nook. Off the handle, now I'm going off script. Last week that shit was fresh, this week it's rotten. Fuck it, let me go off. This a part of the song that Stone said I told y'all.
More to give.